Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Today is an awesome day. You want me to tell you why? Let me see if I can pull up the screen and I'll tell you why. 1 second. I thought I was on the screen. Awesome. All right, we have 5 people watching. Good to see you. What's up, Vance? Good to see you this morning. Awesome. Yes. Welcome to an open lesson, guys. This is our normal our all access academy, and we are live right now for the YouTube channel. So a couple things we're going to do. I think you guys are going to really like this. Hey, Rick, good to see you. As always, the Gandalf of iMusicAcademy. So I've been writing out all these enclosures, Bebop enclosures, and I'm up to page 6 now. And for our all access group, I put a link in the chat. And make sure you have access. I'm even going in, I'm looking at the folder, and not everybody is, I think, subscribed to the main folder with all of our weekly practice things. So I'm going to redo that just to make sure everybody's copied on everything all the time and you don't even have to worry about it. But anyway, so there's a link in the description that has all 6 of these pages, as well as there's more to come. I mean, we are really getting somewhere with all of this. Also, probably the most important thing about today is we welcome Bill, as we have another Bill who has joined our All Access Academy. So Bill H. And I don't know if he's going to be on this morning, but he has signed up for our All Access group, which I'm very thankful for Bill. He's been a part of what we're doing. He decided that he wanted to be a part of our all access group. So we celebrate Bill today. And if you ever see him on a live, make sure you say hello. All right. So let's talk about where we started with all of this and where we're going with this. You're going to love page 6, by the way. So the first thing is you had this. This was the first loop where we did, okay, you're on a D minor and you go 2. And it goes down to the 3rd of A, right? And then we do this really important thing we've been working on of this. Right? That right there is gold. Or, so we have this, the very first thing of the loop, we go. And then it does this little scale approach. Notice even that as we go up. What I love about even the very first loop we did on page 1, we did this. Everybody needs that C sharp to keep on downbeats. Right? And getting down to that 3rd. So the next thing in the just example 1, remember that we did, you got that leading tone getting into the D, and then we go. Now this right here, we're still on loop 1, is this idea of 1, 2, 3, 5. The pentatonic, the giant steps kind of thing that you do. But I want everybody working on 1, 2, 3, 5 of the scale, which will refer back to the page 6 that we do, and this will be really important. So sometimes you need to just spend time with this 1, 2, 3, 5 pattern, right? So we get this in C, and then maybe we go up a 4th, 4ths, and then maybe you do it in half steps, or start on the top, right? You go, right? And then what happens if you come to a minor chord? You can use that in minor. Right? Isn't that nice? And then just to take it to another level, we're still on the first one, is that if I do this, I go 1, 2, 3, 5, where I'm doing a blues. I can go chromatically of even to that. Right? Even on B flat or whatever note. So I could start on the top, I could go, but up, minor 3rd, 4th. Okay, so Rick says he did a jam on 1, 2, 3, 5 over the weekend. Hey, Rick, that's what I like to hear. Yeah, even from a blues, you could take it all the way through there. In slow motion, you could say, all right, we're in the key of C, and I go F. C. Now watch this, 1, 2, 3, 5 in minor, so we need G minor, C7, F. And you can go to B flat, fun little substitution. Here we go, 6, then minor. And then I go 1, 6, 2. Here we go, watch. Right? So you just go anywhere you want to go with that, and half steps are really fun to do. So Rick, proud of you for doing a 1, 2, 3, 5 jam over the weekend. Okay, so I know I'm still talking about the very first example of this messy PDF, is that I want you guys to know that each one of these things gives you material to use. Like even, we're about to go to page 6, but this idea of the first loop where it goes up the scale, I mean, you could do that in any key. So you start on the 5th of your minor, then a half step to get you to the 5th of G, and now here I'm on the 5th of C. Now watch what happens here. In one of the examples, we go ba-da-da-da-da, getting to the 3rd of the 6th chord. And I want you guys to put got it if you understand this move. And this move actually leads perfect into one of our main loops for the last week. Right? So we go beta, da da da, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then you get the 3rd of A. You could come down the flat 9, and then you could do the example. Go up to the flat 9. Isn't that a nice one, Rick? When you go ba da 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 da. Here we go. Yeah, all right. Hey, good to see you, Doug. Doug says, everyone, his HVAC inspector just arrived. Now that's important. He's got priorities. And I think Doug's priority, even though the HVAC guy's there, that it's iMusicAcademy. So Doug, good job. All right, let's go on. So the next page we did had this idea of, remember that whenever you're doing your D minor, and you do even going up to the G7, so this is a quick 2-5, you go. And notice here, I did the 1, 2, 3, 5 pattern again. So we go. And then this part. Or nice little loop there. So even getting wherever you're going and using that chromatic half step will really help you out a lot. And even the idea of when you're on a C chord, you have 1, 2, 3, 5 at top works really nicely. And before we go to page 6, I need to remind you guys that we've been working on harmonic major. Now, what in the world is that? If I play a C major scale and I go up all the way, but I'm on the way down, I go, I put that half step in, that G sharp or A flat. It keeps my chord tones on downbeats. So even in this simple loop right here, we do this. J-Man is in the house. Everybody say hey to J-Man. J-Man, is so good to see you. And Vicky, everybody, love our iMusicAcademy family. We have a bunch of people watching this morning. Okay, now, if you keep going down this list here, the next one was triads. We did... And back to this again. That gets you that flat 9 sound. What a nice sound. So even from the 6th chord, and you go, watch this. Okay, let's keep going now. Let's go to the easy stuff here. Then we turned it into longer lines where we did triplets. And that was really nice. And I just kept writing. I got to page 4 and did some really fun things there. I love these simple ideas of, if you go F major 7, that'll give you the 9th, right? So you go, and then this idea, and then this, and then we go, right? 3rd up to the root. Hey, Hugh, good to... Everybody say hey to Hugh. He's the bookends of iMusicAcademy. Always on at the beginning, always on in the middle, and at the end. So we have this idea. Page 5 was really cool because we did this idea. Another idea based on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 da 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 ba da 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 ba da dum. Now let's talk about our 5-finger patterns. As we get into page 6, you're going to notice something really important. And I want Marla to make sure that she understands this as well. But you're working on fundamentals. This is a great one for everybody wanting to learn more about jazz and more about your chord tones. You have this first 5 notes of the C major blues scale. So watch this. Even that turns it around. So I want you to try that on your piano. That's going to give you C chord. We have, and even this little lick idea, or kind of a loop, is this idea of going from the 1 chord to the 6th chord. So let me get to the, I'm not showing you guys the pages. I know they're a little bit messy, but let's scroll down to this page right here. That's 4, that's 5, and at the bottom of the 5 it does this. Down to the 9th of A and to the 3rd. Okay, so you have, and you can even go up to the 9th if you want. See, you hear that? 9th up to the 3rd whenever you're going to the A chord. So we went. We did. That's a nice little shape. And you could go. Here we go. We're gonna go ba ba doo da da. I like that. Now, why in the world am I showing you this simple pattern? Because I want everybody to try that and then pick another key and practice same idea. Because that is a little different way to turn around your chords or your scales. Like if you need a C major line, you go even in minor, and you go to F. All right, let's keep going on. Let's go to page 6. Page 6 is going to be a very much fundamental kind of page. So this says at the top, let me scroll down here, 5-finger pattern. So I want you to notice the first thing. I even circled the middle note. Now, we've been doing a lot of transposition and how to get into transposition and the basics of transposition. Hey, Marla, she did make it. Awesome. That's good to hear, Marla. All right, this page 6 is where we're spending the rest of our time for today. Now, I did send out the link in the all access group to the folder, all 6 pages in one little document, messy 6 pages. Whenever we do this, everyone, that's going to turn around the muscles, like get those feeling a little bit different. And if you're feeling bold, just go up by half steps. But what a great way to get into transposition, right? Even sing it if you want to. And I'll go maybe to F. Maybe to B flat. Let's back to C. You hear how that ninth gets you to the third of the 6th chord? I went. Here we go. There it is. Here we go. Here we go. All right, let's keep going down. The next part is minor. So this, what we just said, what a great thing to do. The very next one is this, just the 1, 2, 3, 5 pattern. Make sure that this is a part of your improvisation, because just like Rick was saying, he did a practice session of doing that. So again, if I'm playing a blues, let's switch to, we did C earlier. Let's say we're in an F blues and we go. There's a great way to exercise this thing. You go F to B flat is the 4 chord, and then back to F. Now it does 2, 5, and B flat. So we go C minor. Watch me do the minor version. And then the major, C, F, and now B flat, major. And we'll go back to F. Now watch me walk it down to the 6th chord of F. When you get to the 2 chord of the F blues and jazz blues, then I can go minor, or I can go major. Oscar Peterson did that a lot, where he would go to major there, and then C, and then you just go 1, 6, 2. Actually, let's do minor there. Major, B flat. 2, 5, 1, and B flat. Now B flat. You could go to E flat if you want. Now watch me walk it down. Now. Just repeat it if you want. Okay, now, does everybody understand that? Practicing your 1, 2, 3, 5. That's not going to be that hard for us to get the feeling of this idea of 1, 2, 3, 5. And then I like to practice this in half steps. Half step. You just do roots if you want in your left hand. So now you're starting to get some confidence in your ear and connecting your ideas to your ear. Like you could say, for this, let's go back to the key of C. And I know that the 5-note pattern is going to work. There's going up and F, G minor, B flat, D minor, now notice what I did right there. I didn't do the whole thing. I went notice what I did right there. I did minor, chromatic, and 4 and 1, blues, third, 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 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and or I could go and I just double timed it just for fun. Okay, let's keep going down the page. Now this next part is really nice, and we have another, let's see what time it is. We have 5 minutes left. 5 minutes, we're done. So watch this. You have D minor. I hinted around to this one the other day, and I thought I would write it out. Just like we learned this idea of, in minor, you can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of minor. And then you do that little David Baker, which is this. But I like, what does that do? That gives us G7, and I go, and then I go up to there. So if I'm thinking still in D minor, it would be up to the flat 7. It'd be technically like the 4, but it's this sound. And then down to the 9th. So then I could do, if I want, the 1, 2, 3, 5. Let's do that. 3 and 4 and what I started to do, but I didn't end up doing, is this. Is that you can do chromatic. So we have. See what I did there? I went. Okay, now let's go and do this idea. Here we go. And notice there I just went ba da 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 ba. So we did. Even that time, notice that this is so important. So remember how you can keep your chord tones on downbeats by doing this. Going to the root of G, I went. And then I'm on C at top if I want to get to the tonic on top. Isn't that nice? I go. What is Vance question marking about? Okay, the next thing I like, so I love that one. But I also like the one below that. Now that's a different kind of sound. That gets you to the ninth, so. Let me do that again. That's the first one. The second one is this. Notice that I went you could go right here. Or I went just like you can go up, I can go down. Even that, watch this. This idea of the minor pattern for D minor, I go. Okay, so just to recap, and we're done, is we have like 2 minutes left. I just want to show you that I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm actually just putting the scales together with these simple patterns. So we have a lot of people watching. I want to make sure. The first one is this. I would love for everybody to work on that. Marla, Vicky, everybody. This, Rick, Vance, everyone. Just up and down, and also half steps. And then when you put it together with your blues, just remember, you'll hear the sounds of like going. I have to show you guys this really quickly here. This is one of my favorites of going. Hold up. Yeah, right here. It's this idea of going. Right? That gets you to that minor third. So that's a fun thing. So when you see me do that, minor third to the third. We've been talking a lot about thirds lately. Okay, so let's go back to your practice. This is what I want everybody to work on today, and I'll see you guys on Thursday for All Access again. What a great thing to do in any key. And then you have minor. If you're on a minor chord, you have this. And you can put that turnaround in there. And I'm just thinking of this. That's a great thing. All right, the next thing is this. Let's keep going down the page. You have this, which we've already talked about. It comes right out of like giant steps. You've heard that. minor, major, major, major. Right? But let's keep going down. Then you have this. That's a little more advanced, but I like it. And it puts you on the 9th of the C major. And the last one is this. Isn't that nice? Yeah, so J-Man, make sure, because you are an all-access member, and I think you have access to the folder. So everybody, make sure you click on that, and then those of you who are all-access members, don't worry, it's in there. And I think you'll like, even through the messiness. Was it J-Man or somebody else said recently it wasn't looking as bad? Maybe it was Doug. All right, so look at all the messiness. But, part of the reason why I like to write this stuff out before I do it in Finale is because it's good practice, just to, practice writing, even if it's bad. If I can read it and somebody else can read it, that's what's important. All right. Let me encourage you with this. This is not, when you're a part of what we're doing here at iMusicAcademy, this is not like you have to learn everything in one lesson, or you have to play catch up. It's never like that, because we do tons and tons of recap. And lately we've been talking about enclosures and everything, but we're also talking about simple patterns to transpose into all keys. And I'm playing things, because it's a short lesson, I'm playing things kind of quickly sometimes, and I realize that because I'm trying to put a lot of information into a small time frame. But we do this, so we repeat these kinds of things. This is not brand new. You guys know this is not brand new. This 1, 2, 3, 5 pattern. And I want you to take this idea of going, and then notice when you get to a 2-5, you just go D minor, G13, G7. I do the major, so minor, and then you could practice by going. And A, chromatic, right? All right, guys, what a fun lesson. I'm so thankful for our iMusicAcademy family. And if anybody's ever interested in going to the next level of all this, I would love to talk to you about that. Hope you have a great day, and just do what we always do. Make sure you say hello in the chat. Maybe there's somebody out there of these 15 people watching that you just want to say hello in the chat. You have about 30 seconds to do it. So a shout out to Vance, who's a member of our YouTube channel. Rick is an all-access member. David J-Man is he's an all-access member. We have Rick, an all-access member. Vicky, an all-access member. We have, who else is here? Doug is a YouTube channel member. Thank you, Doug. And let's see, Marla's an all-access member. Hugh is an all-access member. Good to see you. I love it when Hugh and J-Man are able to tune in. Marla is, of course, all-access member. And awesome. Very thankful for all of you guys. Any way you want to support the channel is fine. And even if you just want to hang out and say hello, that's awesome too. Awesome, guys. Have a great... All right, there we go. Sim, I'm sure I'm saying that right. Turkey. Awesome. Hey, thank you for checking in. We don't often get that where we have somebody new that says hello in the chat. A lot of people watching, but not everybody says hello. So thank you for saying hello. That's awesome. All right, guys, have a great one. I'll see you on Thursday.